over 20 years when there was a young man that dreamed a dream. And I think today we're here to see a dream realized here in this facility. It's been the efforts of a number of different people working together as a group for a common purpose, and that is to really serve the veterans of Northwest Indiana, and that's men and women. How about it? Yeah! It's a wonderful commitment, and we think it's time for, the veterans have given so much to our country, we think it's time for us to give back to them. I am the project manager. And project manager in this case means really kind of connecting them to the community, giving them ideas regarding the initiative, making sure that we're putting the proper processes and procedures in place. I mean, it's one thing to start a business, but then it's another to put the pieces in place to make sure that it's solid. In this initiative, there will be temporary housing that will allow us to house veterans for 6 months to up to a year. You think they really need some temporary housing? Yeah. I think so. I think so. It's one thing to house them, but let's also help them to provide clinical services, individual and group therapy.
Well, we're expecting to see veterans with a range of emotional issues, as well as very practical concerns about finding a job, keeping a job, family concerns, family problems, reintegration to the community, things like that. So we are expecting to see quite a bit of different issues coming from our veterans, and we're hoping to help them reintegrate back into their communities and have and develop a meaningful life, finding employment and something that they enjoy doing and that they find purpose again in what they do.
Also, once we are really helping them clinically and providing them with housing, how about maybe some vocational skill development?
Here at Veterans Life Changing Services, we provide temporary housing from 6 months to 12 months. We provide vocational skills. We've teamed with Work One here in Gary, Indiana, and they will provide a person from their company to come in and do on-site training, computer training, basic computer training, along with they offer certification, national certification programs through Work One. And each veteran that's here, if he has an idea for any type of trade that he may want to participate in, we even have volunteer veterans that will come over and entrepreneurs that come over and train them in those skills.
We do have a letter from the Congress of the United States House of Representatives, and it's to Ms. Larice Wesley. Larice is here. And it states, "Dear Ms. Wesley, I am pleased and honored to extend my warmest greetings and welcome to Veterans Life Changing Services. Veterans Life Changing Services' commitment to the quality of life for Northwest Indiana is truly inspirational and should be recognized and commended. Once again, welcome, and I wish you continued success in the future. Sincerely, Peter J. Visklowski."
My passion for veterans, number one, I'm a 100% service-connected disabled veteran, and as a young man growing up on the south side of Chicago, I had this dream about joining the United States Marine Corps. And I lived that dream for 4 years, spent 13 months in combat in Vietnam, was discharged, started working in the field of computers, went to the field of psychology, but more than anything else, I had a burning passion to provide services for veterans.
And one of the first veterans we were referred was a guy named George, and he's a 61-year-old Vietnam vet, but he's actually living by a river here locally. And typical of many vets, he had been stable all his life for like 30 years, 35 years, and had a series of calamities. And in those calamities, he lost his job, he lost his wife, he lost his home, he lost his mother and his brother, all in like 18 months. And he lost the ability to work because he's a CDL truck driver. And then his health declined. He couldn't keep his medical card to drive the truck. It was one of the most rewarding times ever being with Dr. Hitchcock and having him counsel the guy right there in the lunchroom at the VA. And the guy just really broke down in tears because someone actually offered opportunity for hope for him. And he is a great success story. We were able to get him benefits he didn't even know he had, and get him several layers of benefits to get him back so he didn't even have to go to work. He can officially retire because of the service he gave to the country afforded him all those benefits. And so we convinced them that, hey, you're worth those benefits. We're not giving you a handout. This is what you've done for the country. And I agree with Dr. Hitchcock. He says that the veterans are the lost national treasure, and it's our job to find them and bring them home.
And now I'm glad someone's finally doing something for the homeless, because there is a lot of homeless vets out, and they do need medical attention and everything else. And, you know, I think this is a very good, help for the veterans.
Well, the good doctor, he came over to our district meeting and told us about what he was trying to do. And every Legionnaire that I know personally think it's a great thing he's doing, trying to help veterans, because we have so many veterans that are living on the street that have nowhere to live. And I think it's a great opportunity for a veteran that's on the street that wants to make his life better to come here, get training, and find a job with the help of the organization.
And bringing in the veterans, not just the veteran by themselves, but to really restore relationships and families with the veterans, because so many of them, they are out there without their family. So one of our goals is to help restore relationship with family and rebuild families. So.
Yeah, I can remember when we first came in here and I was talking about putting up the rifles and the bayonets and the helmets, and one of the first things that Bessie said, no, this is going to be like a home for them. And now that I see how it's come together, it's one of the guys was telling me from the Afro-American PTSD program, he said, you know, man, just the floors themselves. He said, if we would have came in here with nothing in here, just the floors themselves would have attracted people to come here and put furniture in here, because this is a place that veterans basically can admire and can really appreciate. He said, because most of the places, the shelters and the places that they have to go to, and it's just so inappropriate for a home-like environment, because they're clustered together. And you know, and some of the guys here, I mean, they live 50 men to a room, you know, and stuff like that. So yeah, it's totally appreciated by me, you know, knowing that veterans need this, and by the fact that I told them, I said, on any given night, I may camp out on the couch.
He is a 100% surgeon. He qualifies.
Yeah, you know, I qualify. You know, I might, you know, any given night I might be over here, you know, so yeah.
You know, when I think about veterans, I always think about freedom. Freedom, and freedom is never free, you know. All over the United States of America, we would not be free in this country if it had not been for veterans in every ward. I just wanted to be present, to be counted in a number here, to support this great program, and to support Dr. Hitchcock and his wife and what they're doing, and say to them that continue what you're doing, and veterans, always keep the faith and stay on the front line, you know, because every day there's veterans that need help. And I don't believe that a country as strong, as great as this country is, should take a sidebar with our veterans, you know. You're number one in my eyesight. We're going to continue that. Thank you very much, Dr.